Hello and welcome back. I wanted to share this little ritual spell, if you may, with you. I've been, besides preparing these 12 days of Yule for you, I've been, since the end of October, on Samhain actually, I began a journey, a training as such, online for a 3-month span. And there's been some really interesting things. So I really wanted to share this particular one with you. And it's called a spell of remembering, and it's about remembering the bloodlines of our ancestors. And so there's some things you're going to need. You're going to need a little sprig of rosemary. Hopefully you have some for that Christmas turkey that's coming up. Or some kind of representation of rosemary. Maybe you have some dried rosemary leaves or something that you could use in a pinch if you can't get a hold of fresh rosemary. You'll need a candle. A white or a red candle is perfect that we'll place in center. I'm using my intention candle today. And you're going to place your rosemary in the north direction. You're going to place the red thread that you hopefully have some, or red ribbon. I've cut myself a little bit of this. You're going to place that in the east direction. You're going to place a little piece of paper and a pen in the south direction. And I just happened to have this piece of paper that was actually wrapping paper from a gift from a very witchy friend, Mandy, thank you, from about a year ago. And I've kept this piece of paper not knowing what I was going to use it for, and it seemed like the exact right thing to use for this ancestor ritual spell that we're doing. So, and then the other thing is a little bowl of water. So I don't know if you can see, but I put a little bit of salt to make it salty like blood. And if you have red wine, if you have pomegranate juice, you can use that to tint it. I used a little bit of some red watercolor that I had because I didn't have any of those things. So that's the representation of blood in our bloodlines, and that we carry the fire of our ancestors in our blood. And so once we've got this all set up, these things that we've set up in the different directions, anchor the directions in the body, in the heart, in the mind, and in the spirit as we move through this ritual, through this spell. So holding your rosemary, rosemary represents remembrance, and it actually, smelling it can also help you with memory. So once you've lit your candle, you're holding your rosemary. You can close your eyes and say, repeat after me out loud, and I'll say it slowly. Blood of my blood, fire of my fire. I call the lineage of women before me. I carry your flame, and I will not forget. Just take a moment with those words, and we'll repeat it one more time, holding our rosemary, maybe even smelling the fragrance of it for memory. Blood of my blood, fire of my fire. I call the lineage of woman before me. I carry your flame. I will not forget. And then you can open your eyes and pick up your piece of paper and your pen, and you're going to write down the names of the women in your mother line, in your bloodline that you wish to honor, or you can simply write those unnamed, especially if you don't know the names of your lineage, of your ancestors. And then once you've written those names on your piece of paper, you're going to place them under your bowl of water, and that helps to anchor their presence into your circle. So I'll give you a minute to do that. And then we're going to just lightly touch your finger into your salty water and touch them to your brow area, your third eye center, your heart, and to your belly. And as you do this, eyes closed, you can whisper, this body is altar, this blood is holy, this fire is mine to carry. And I'll say it again, say it with me. This body is altar, this blood is holy, this fire is mine to carry. And then you can let your eyes float open. We'll pick up our red thread in our east direction. And with your red thread, we're going to bind with this crimson thread, this red thread, and just tie it gently around your wrist. I'm going to wind mine around my wrist. And as you bind or wind this red thread, you can say these words: by blood and fire, by womb and breath, I weave the past into my present. I vow to carry this flame forward. So I've wound my thread, and I'll say that one more time in case you weren't quite with me. By blood and by fire, by womb and breath, I weave the past into my present. I vow to carry this flame forward. And then you can let your eyes float open. And pick up your rosemary again, your rosemary of remembrance. And move it carefully and slowly through your flame a couple of times. And then you can place it beside your candle, saying, the lineage fire lives in me. It will not fade. It will not be forgotten. And I'll say it again. The lineage fire lives in me. It will not fade. It will not be forgotten. And you can just sit for a moment with that. And you can keep that red thread on your wrist until it just falls away naturally. You can also set it on your altar as a reminder. And the rosemary you're going to bury is an offering to your ancestors. And what I did with mine, those of you who've been on my land and done retreats and whatnot with me, you have been to my circle of trees. I have a special tree where there's a little hollow out, like a little magical hollow out. So I took my rosemary there, and why I did that is because the circle of trees is a circle of trees within the forest where all of the trees are very big, very large, by comparison to the rest of the trees of the forest in that area that are very small. And so I always think of them as the grandmother trees in this circle. And so I thought that was the most perfect place to bury my rosemary from this ritual in honor of the ancestors beneath that tree. So you can bury yours in a garden. It can be beside your front step in your little garden. It can be in your vegetable garden or someplace in a forest or a natural place that's special to you. Your red thread, you can touch this thread every now and again, whether it's on your altar or your wrist, as a remembrance of the rite that you did. And then let's all together bring our hands to the belly and close our eyes one more time. And breathe into your belly. And let yourself just feel this fire of remembrance burning steadily within you. Take one more breath here. Stay there longer if you wish, or open your eyes if you wish. Thank you so much for joining me with this little ritual spell of remembrance of the ancestors. Namaste. We'll see you in the next video.